Biscuits.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Committee on Finance regular meeting. It is Tuesday, December 30, 2025 at 5:33 p.m. Madam Clerk, would you kindly read the roll?
Chairman Ryan,
Present.
Vice Chairman Taylor is absent, Councilor Ingebaugh. Present. Councilwoman Graves is absent, Councilor Sanchez.
Present.
We have 3 present and 2 absent, we have a quorum.
Okay, let the record reflect that we are joined this evening by Councilman Oscar Vargas. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
As well as our Chief Financial Officer, Larry Mancini, and staffed by our famous city solicitor, Penny Ray,
Wow.
who's dressed very fancy.
Yeah.
today.
I'm freezing. I was freezing.
That's very good, yeah.
Well, I didn't get locked out.
It's a good look.
That's a good one.
Okay, Madam Clerk, kindly read item 1 into the record, please.
An ordinance repealing ordinance chapter number 2019-55, number 54, approved December 13, 2019, as amended in ordinance 2022-72, number 429, having taken effect on December 21st, 2022, entitled an ordinance establishing a tax stabilization agreement for E2000 Realty LLC located on Assessor's Plat 13, lots 232, 233, 234, and 235 by 41 Hartford Avenue.
Okay, who do we have here tonight? Chief, will you testify on this matter? The administration?
You sound the transcript earlier, you said person, you're about to give you the truth, the truth, I will turn up on the truth. Can you please say your name and then put the record?
Lawrence Mancini, Chief Financial Officer, City of Providence.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chief.
You're welcome.
So the matter before us tonight is to repeal a TSA that was given by this body on back, as the clerk kindly read, December 13, 2019. It's my understanding that the owner has requested that this matter be repealed. They do not want the TSA, and as I understand it, they have not benefited from the TSA. They haven't built the building, they've earned no tax credit or abatement or any tax advantage. Could you please,
Yes.
tell us about that?
So, Madam Chair, it was initially intended to be a project that included a combination of commercial and residential properties. The owner was unable to secure adequate financing, had tried on multiple occasions, and then finally had to give way and abandon the project. But in no time, during any times of that intervening years of adoption or approval of the tax stabilization, and even including the current year, did they receive a tax bill lower than what the amount of taxes would have been as a result of those changes. So in fairness, working with the assessor's office, and I have spoken previously to Assistant City Solicitor Eddie Shaw, we felt that there was no benefit gain. Therefore, with all due respect, that there will be no reason to interfere with repealing the TSA ordinance in its entirety. And
In its totality.
in its totality. That's what-
Okay, so.
So the
Question.
administration is in support of that. I briefed the administration, I've worked with the administration. As I said, I've talked to the law department, worked with the assessor. In this particular matter, we see no reason why we would stand in opposition to that.
Okay. Committee members, any questions? Councilwoman Endeball, please.
Thank you, Chief. Just a quick question. So have they been paying taxes on it as a vacant piece of property? Like they've been paying,
Yes.
it's just.
Yes.
That was it. Just that I'm looking on it.
So no tax benefits, they've been making their payments.
Yeah.
Councilman Vargas has a question.
Well, thank you. Chief, so they've been paying the regular taxes
That is correct.
that's being. Can I know?
Yes, please.
Are they able to, let's say in the future, can they reapply again? If they,
Yeah, I would defer to solicitor. I think these matters taken with or without prejudice, I think.
Yeah, I think they could, provided they meet the criteria at the later date.
Yeah, I think if they follow the criteria the solicitor mentions and they fill out proper paperwork and it's deemed to be a benefit that they would provide to city and city residents, or the area which is located. I think the council will take it under consideration then again, and perhaps arrive at the same decision, but this one did not move forward because they could not find adequate or substantial financing.
Would be a new application,
It would be.
correct? So they'd have to go.
Your vote this evening to repeals it in its entirety.
Doesn't do them any harm, no.
No,
They can come back to the table should they want to, or be in a position. Councilman Sanchez.
Thank you, Chairwoman. Thank you, Chief, for the presentation. My only question is what system or process like the city use to like kind of keep track of this? Like, it seems like a kind of a long time, but I don't know, is that kind of
no,
normal in time?
the applications today are generally done online, and there's a range based on classification, based on the size of the project. That determines the length that the TSA can be contemplated. And we use the current value as the base year. The first 2 years are at base, and then from that point on, we make a determination how they would stabilize and how they would gradually increase over the time of the duration of the agreement, if it's a 10-year agreement. And we always say with the caveat that that's subject to the change in case during the period of reval, a building or land should change during that period, then the calculation will be reset, again, meant to be the benefit of the city. If this is the higher tax, if the applicant would have to yield back some of the savings that they were entitled to. Well, it's a pretty straightforward process. There's a number of documents that must be included. As you may recall, 3 weeks ago, we gave testimony on behalf of 3 others that the chair you have scheduled them before a public hearing. And in that regard, with those documents, we presented the fiscal notes that show the status to the applicants. We discussed them in full. They'll go before a public hearing now, and then they'll come back before this committee to be considered there as a vote to be taken out of the committee, and then once again, before the full council for votes on those. So it's an involved process, but one that's necessary as well.
Right. Can I?
Please.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand like the kind of like a general TSA, but I guess what I'm asking is it out of the ordinary for a project to get approved at TSA, and then just. Cause did nothing get built there? Is that like what
They're
happened?
not gonna build.
Was that like,
Was unable to secure financing.
is that like, what, does that have like any like implications for the city? Is it fine?
No,
Like, we just-
I think each individual developer or applicant would need to be assured of themselves, could they complete the project? Or do they have the ability of their own means to provide financing, or whether they were seeking capital through a bank or a lender of some sort. I don't know what the conditions were that led to them not being able to secure financing, but I presume it was because either market rates were not as affordable, or maybe access to credit capital was not available.
Very, thank you.
Anything else? May I entertain a motion? Motion to recommend that we repeal this ordinance in its entirety to the full council.
Second.
Motion made by Councilman Enderblock, seconded by Councilman Sanchez, all in favor? Aye. Ayes have it, motion carries. The matter is we're recommending it to be repealed. Okay. Okay, item 2, Madam Clerk, please read that one.
An ordinance repealing ordinance chapter number 2021-15, number 426, having taken effect on November 15th, 2021, entitled an ordinance establishing a tax stabilization plan for 321 Knight Street.
If, do you want me to do a bit of an introduction? If I could proceed your testimony, for the benefit of my committee, members, this is a property that had a TSA that was functioning, active, and the property was transferred to swap. They are moving in a different direction. They're trying to figure out what direction they want to go in. There's more information that we need to have before us before we can make a decision on this. But at this juncture, I think that the best posture not to hurt anyone is to continue this matter. Now, Chief, do you have any testimony that can provide any further depth of knowledge to the committee?
Madam Chair, you've provided eloquent testimony. I think it's in the interest of all parties that it be continued. But until the determination can be made on whether or not they be forthcoming with a law application, if you will, it may be in the best interest of all parties, they included, to leave it standing in place, because a repeal is an entire repeal. They would not enjoy any benefit that's already in motion.
Okay,
And given that, and given it in the spirit of public service and thinking that and thinking aloud, we amongst ourselves, assessor, law department and finance, thought perhaps this may be premature and maybe we should have a further discussion with SWAP and explain those details so that no harm will foul today. I think it stays in place as it is, but I think if they're gonna move in that direction, they should be aware of what that really means. And I would agree with your suggestion that, once again, if we would consider continue this matter for further discussion, I think we would be serving everybody's best interest.
I think that's fair to say. Any questions, committee members? Councilman Vargas,
So by continue, who's going to be, is going to be on the TSA or is going,
Yes, it would continue on the TSA, which is already activated
okay,
and
so
already in motion.
a different name on the swap?
TSA's transfer
True.
upon purchase, so SWAM now has the building as well as the TSA that's associated with it.
Okay,
Um,
thank you.
Okay. Yes, Councilman Sanchez.
Thank you, just to confirm, so they are, like using that TSA, like they're paying, like their portion?
That is correct. That's correct.
The taxes, credit, the abatement, if you will, are in place. And SWAP is getting the benefit of that.
That is correct.
And again, it was transferred when the property was, the TSA transferred with the property ownership. So more work needs to be done on that. We're gonna discuss it again when we have more information before us, as well as when we have an opportunity to speak with the new owner. Okay? May I have a motion to continue this one? Motion made by Councilman Anfield, seconded by Councilman Sanchez, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, motion carries. The matter passes, okay. Item 3, please.
An ordinance establishing a tax stabilization agreement for 70-72 Royal Little Drive.
Okay, I've asked, first of all, the developer, could not be with us this evening, nor could this attorney, their attorney, due to holiday travel. As you know, we have a number of TSAs that are going for public hearing. I wanted to get this one in so that we could tag this along with the other public hearing, so that we're not, advertising, multiple times. So with that, I asked the chief if he could come before us today to just summarize. There is a revised fiscal note on this transaction. I'd like to get testimony from the chief on this project, as well as the revision to the fiscal note.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee, Councilman Vargas. The application for this, stabilization at the address of 70 Railroad Drive is, the applicant is Generation Realty LLC. It represents a property that, was acquired in 2023 at a price of $6.5 million. And prior to any additional investment, the investment under consideration for this tax stabilization will total $2,570,000 in addition to what was paid for acquisition price. The property is the former AAA location in the Silver Spring Industrial Park, located in the North Bend Ward 4. It is a significant, spacious property. It was outfitted initially for automobile use. It will make an outstanding property for the use of this particular property. The current applicant, Generation Realty, the owner of Providence Auto Body, a 43-year-old business in the city's North End. And they intend to use this facility to expand their workforce from today 40 employees to an additional 10 to 50 employees, all of whom will be given training in state-of-the-art automobile repair at the finest repair companies. And they're looking to partner with trade schools and automobile dealership schools that will train folks for high-paying, highly skilled positions over the next several decades. And The owner's intent is to do that. Providence Auto Body's current location in the same area at 350 Silver Spring Street is currently open space, if you will, and they're looking to expand, they will move that operation to Royal Little Drive. They are a leader in auto body repair with all national major manufacturing automobile makers. And so this process, Madam Chair, it's a 5-year TSA. The savings to the applicant would be a total of $152,202 over the 5-year period. Taxes that will be paid, the base year currently is at $99,320. We will graduate from $99,320 to $172, followed by $177 over the remaining 4 years. The taxes that will be savings to the applicant is $152,000. This will also carry a park and recreation fee, parks and section 3.11, based on the savings to the applicant of $152,000 at 7%. It would generate a parks and rec fee of $10,654 in total over the 5-year period. Similarly, there will be a monitoring fee under section 314 of the TSA at 0.01% of the total project cost, or $2,570 annually over the 5 years, for a total of $12,850. This, Madam Chair, members of the committee, Councilor Vargas, is similar to what was presented to you 2 weeks ago on the prior 3 TSA that are now heading towards the public hearing. All of them carry the park and rec fee as well as the monitoring fee. In this case, again, it's a investment of $2.57 million that is being subjected to the TSA in addition to the already purchase price of $6.5 million. So,
Very good, thank you. Committee members, any questions on this? Again, we're only here today to, schedule a public hearing for this. So if you have any questions for the chief, committee members, you good? I'm good. Councilman Vaughn.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry, I'm happy you're here.
I like the way you put it out, it's very interesting, if they're going to be teaching the new generation to work in the youth car generation, because today days is like, for example, her electric one is, we don't have no certified mechanics for that type of vehicle yet.
Yeah.
And no schools are updated yet, and I think the idea that they have these realtor who's doing this is a great idea to teach and certify, because that's what we're looking for, certification. So you can have the experience, but if you don't have certified, you don't know about it. So I like the idea.
I agree, and then knowing the nature of this business and knowing that it is a highly skilled field and you need training. The training actually has to come from the manufacturer. In this instance, this facility will allow the manufacturer to send their representatives to the site locally, sparing travel costs and travel expense to the individuals or their employer, but yet getting the training that they need to have what I consider life skills, and they will in fact have careers that will pay well.
It's a very exciting project, it really is. I did meet with the councilman from the neighborhood, and he's asked the developer to come to his community meeting. He was excited about the opportunity of presenting to his neighbors on the full aspect of what they will bring to his neighborhood and his community.
And the facility, Madam Chair, members of the committee, Councilor Vargas, the facility already exists in an industrial park. Well, no, AAA, the other entities, they have a number of other businesses that are industrial commercial facilities, zero impact to residential area, but clearly an important part of employment opportunities.
Okay, any other questions? Motion to schedule, recommend scheduling a public hearing made by Councilwoman Andujar, seconded by Councilman Sanchez. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it. We will set the public hearing with the other matters, and we're looking at. I know you guys have to figure that out but I'm thinking it's the end of January, that last week, that Tuesday. Does that make sense? The 27th?
It was either the second to last or that last one.
I think we opted for the 27th, but we need to check because we've got a lot of people that are coming to that. So could I ask the clerks to just circle the wagons and ask the attorneys or the developers, whoever you can connect with. If that date works for everyone, first and foremost, does that date work?
Yeah,
for
the
the
22nd is great.
I
Either,
think we talked about that.
yeah, either or works for me.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we discussed that last time and then, okay, does that work for you?
It does, Madam Chair, I'm attorney for vacation the day before, so it does work very well.
Oh, nice.
I appreciate that.
Very nice and fresh.
Solicitor Chevrolet, will that date work for you?
Absolutely.
And our
What a party.
Yes.
Councilman Vargas, will you be able to join us?
I hope so.
Okay,
Oh, so we need you.
okay. So I think we're looking at that date with further confirmation from the clerks. Being there are no further business, may I have a motion to adjourn made by
Second.
Councilwoman Anandor and seconded by Councilman Sanchez, all in favor, aye, any opposed, ayes have it. We are adjourned, I thank you very much.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you very much.